We call this the Monday jig. Just rock the shoulders with me, guys. There's no one with me right now, but that's okay. I'll wait. I'm a patient man. We're doing the Monday jig. We're doing the Monday jig. Come on, as soon as one person's live, I might ramp it up a little bit. Can't put music on because Facebook will ban me. Now, my friends, Monday morning, we see all sorts of different statuses on a Monday morning, right? Some people are motivated, some people are ready to roll, some people aren't. So there's going to be a collection of people that are going to come across this live video, and some people are going to watch the replay as well. Some people are thinking yes, some people are going to think yes. Come on, Jermaine, give me the answers. I need to be motivated right now. I've got a tough day I really don't want to do today. And some other people are going to watch, just wonder what, out of interest, wonder what Jermaine's got to say today. Now, if you find yourself watching this video because you've seen the title and you think, wow, I need to know how to be motivated. Here's the thing. Motivation, my friends, is a symptom. Motivation is a symptom. If you find yourself having to be motivated all the time, then that might be a clue that you're not living in line with your highest values, with your highest priorities. Because if you need to get up for it all the time, then maybe you're not on the right path. Now, here's what's exciting about that. Just with a few questions, I haven't got a magic wand. We can't automatically be where we want to be right now. This makes sense? But if we can change the way we think, if we can change the questions we ask ourselves, then we can get in line with what we actually want. So if you're watching thinking, right, okay, come on, Jermaine, motivate me. Motivation is just a feeling, like happiness or sadness. It's going to come and go. What we're looking to be is we're looking to be inspired from within, like inspiration, like to breathe in. So ask yourself this question, because that little voice in your head saying things like, oh God, it's Monday, what a tough day. I don't like this job. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Ask yourself this question. How can I use today to lead me towards what I value the most? So it might be family. So you might be thinking, right, okay, I'd love to be able to spend more time with my family, reach a level of financial independence, whatever it might be for you. So you think, okay, today I can master some skill sets. So for me, I used to work for my family's property maintenance business. And I was that's the wrong way to phrase it. I was a labourer. And I used to ask myself questions that would drive me towards enjoying it. So I learned a lot about enjoying the present moment. I learned a lot about preparation. I learned a lot about communication and communicating and having a great time with the customers. So I was a labourer. So picture this, I was a labourer and I would get a tip more often than not. I would be tipped by people I was working on their properties. Why? Because I would put myself in a state of mind that I knew that this wasn't my final destination. Does this make sense? I was asking myself a question, how can I use this to further my character? How can I use this day to further my character towards what I ultimately want? And I would shine that light on the customers and they would tip the labourer. The builder's labourer, they would tip the builder's labourer. I would have 20, 30, 40 pound tips. Does this make sense? And this was just an expression of what I was putting out there. So today, if you think you want to be motivated, why bother? Why bother go into Monday? Why bother go and do what you got to do? Then you can start to stack the reasons. There's people in your life that you do it for. So right now, like me, you may have children. Yeah? And you may have to move into today and do what you have to do. That job that you applied for. This makes sense? But view it as a stepping stone. The way to be truly inspired and not just the symptom of motivation is to draw that inspiration rather than motivation. And that is to draw that inspiration from the people around you, your highest values. It might be health and fitness. It might be your family. It might be wealth building. Whatever it is for you, how can you use today? This is the question. How can you use today to live into your highest values? And it's a focus shift. It's a focus shift. So I used to have to sweep up. I used to have to sweep up at the end of every day, a couple of times a day. And I would ask myself, how can this be a metaphor from what I ultimately want in life? So there would be all of the mess. There would be all of the mess everywhere that I would have to sweep up. So I would view that as my own personal life, things that I had messed up, things that hadn't gone quite right. And I would sweep it up and I would focus on sweeping it up to the best of my ability because I knew that I would be doing that later on in my business life. We've got some people chatting here. Hayley Louise, I love Mondays. as my clinic training day. I'm going to use this for the rest of my week. Fantastic. Thank you, Hayley. Tyrell, hey, what's up, Jermaine? Good morning. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fantastic, my brother. Hope you're well as well. So yeah, today I want you to realize, my friends, that motivation is a symptom. Sometimes I get called a motivational speaker. I mean, that's very, very kind. But there's only so much that I can do to motivate you. Because if I can pump you up, that means that something else can bring you down. Does this make sense? Whereas if you're inspired, like the breathing, inspiration, then you can move into your life, your values. So today, how is life, another great question, how is life happening for you? How is life happening for you? If someone somewhere, I don't know if you're religious or not religious, wherever it might be for you, if someone somewhere had to, or they had designed your life, and this day to day was part of the puzzle for your ultimate destiny, for what you ultimately wanted, if today had to be part of the puzzle, why would it be there? How could today serve you? How could those tasks that you don't want to do, that little voice is telling you that you don't want to do, how could they ultimately serve you towards what you ultimately want? Does this make sense? And then you start to create what I call momentum. So I don't think like this because now I do my dream job. I thought like this when I was labouring on a building site. Does this make sense? I was thinking like this that lifted me up to meet the role models, to do the training. I was thinking like this on the Monday morning when that little voice would try and tell me, I can't believe you're going to throw on the workman's gear again. This is not you. Maybe you're not talented in this area. You might mess it up. You know, are you really that good with the drill, with the saw? But 6 years ago, I was starting to take on these thoughts, these inspirational thoughts. Yeah, I was thinking, how is this contributing? I'll talk about this one day. I knew I would talk about it in a few years' time. Does this make sense? But the only way you can be truly inspired and not just motivated for the moment is to truly globalize, almost rise up above your life and think, if this had to be happening now, why would this be happening? Why would I have to do this Monday, this Tuesday, this Wednesday? Why is this my week? And how is it ultimately going to contribute to my ultimate life? Does this make sense? So for those of you, thank you so much who have been watching live. For those of you who are thinking maybe I was going to pump you up, I'm sorry. But that's my goal is to make a true difference. Every single day. My goal is to make a true difference. So you think about what your goal is and why. Why do I want to make a true difference? And not just, because I could just come on here and motivate you if I wanted to. But as I say, it's just a symptom. I'd rather empower you with a few ideas as to how you could, or you can, take control, first and foremost, of what you think. I have no magic wand that will change your to-do list for today. But what I do have is the idea that you can change how you view the to-do list, and you can change how that to-do list contributes to the biggest vision. Yeah, absolutely. And I think Hayley Louise says you're a realist. Thank you. And I would call myself an optimistic realist. An optimistic realist. Here's what I mean by optimistic realist. So, what's real, what's true is positive enough. Does this make sense? I don't need to be positive because the truth is positive enough. It may seem sometimes, it might look a little bit out there when you see people with Facebook statuses like, you're breathing, be grateful. But if you truly get in touch with that, that is so positive, my friends. That is so positive. So as I said, lots of you might be watching this thinking, oh yeah, come on Jermaine, motivate me. Motivation is the symptom. I mean, I've seen a couple of people jump on here, Pete Scott, Michael Arnott. These are people who are very much in touch with the truth, with their truth is a better way to phrase it. And they're living into their truth. And they understand that motivation is up and down and it's just a feeling. However, inspiration, just like that in-breath, comes from within and it can drive you forward. Hey, Louis says, definitely, yeah, that's it. An optimistic realist. So, you know, I could get on here and I could tell you you can do whatever you want to do right now, and I could just shout at you. Does this make sense? Michael Arnott, I'm positive today, I'm going to Disney. One tip, always have something to look forward to. Love that. Love that. When you're in a beautiful place of enjoying now and have something that you know you're going to enjoy in the future, that creates a beautiful cycle. A beautiful cycle of enjoying the now and anticipating enjoyment in the future. Pete Scott, amen. Sometimes you got to work even when you don't feel like it. Absolutely. And that ties into the fact that, you know, you're not going to be motivated all the time. I'm sorry. I mean, as I say, sometimes I get called a motivational speaker, but motivation is just a symptom. You're not going to be motivated all the time. But when you realize from up above that you're moving in your direction, you do it anyway. Does this make sense? I mean, athletes are a great example of this. Lots and lots of days you see the body, you see the goals, you see the tries, you see the knockouts, you see all that. But some days they don't want to do it. They don't want to train. This makes sense? They're not motivated to train. They may not even try and build up their motivation to train. They don't watch the motivational video. They just do it. This makes sense because they know they're just in touch with what they actually want and where they're actually going. So today, my friend, this Monday morning, you've tuned into this video, and I can't remember what it was called, something along the lines of how to get motivated for Monday. You can motivate yourself, but my suggestion for you, my invitation for you, is to really get in touch with what you value the most, what you prioritize the most. Health, family, friends, enjoyment, fun, adventure, wherever it is for you. And then start to design a route, a pathway to fulfilling those values on a daily basis. That, my friends, is a motivating thought. Because that is true inspiration. Because we're all different. We're all different. We all got different values. We all got different ideas. We all got different reasons why. Because you've got a reason why. You've got lots of reasons why. But it's that repetition. Can you get in touch with that reason why? Can you use those reasons to truly inspire rather than jump on the coattails of motivation now and again? Use those reasons why to inspire rather than jumping on the coattails of motivation. Because then you start to make real progress. Then you start to get to what I love to call momentum. Momentum is one of my favorite words because you get to a tipping point. And where, as Pete Scott said, there's going to be some times where you don't want to do something. And rather than taking up all that time to get motivated, you've got momentum anyway. You're like that boulder rolling down the hill. Okay, so this is a slightly less than motivated hour, but it's okay, I'm rolling because I'm inspired. I'm a juggernaut of inspiration. This makes sense? So guys, thank you so much for tuning in live with me today. And those of you watching the replay, I hope that you've got some thoughts on your own personal inspiration, how you can reframe what you're doing today. Yeah, and I know it might not be exactly my life. I'm sat here talking about motivation and inspiration, and my life isn't filled with things that things I really want to do and enjoy to do. There's still some admin to do. There's still some work on the computer to do, but that's okay. That's okay because they're ultimately driving me towards a life of my design. So for you, my friends, start with a life that you've designed based on your priorities, your values, your ideas, your vision, your reason why, and work back to the present day and ask why. Why am I here right now? What is the ultimate reason for me to be doing this day? If there was a greater power somewhere that leads me towards that ultimate vision I've just designed, and you'll start to look at it in a very different way, just like I did when I was labouring for £40 a day 5-6 years ago. My friends, thank you so much. Have a fantastic week. I'll be on here looking to have some more conversations with you. I love this medium. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Michael, Haley, Pete, Tyrell, thank you so much for all of your interaction. I look forward to seeing you all very soon. You go, whatever Smashing Monday looks like for you. You go, be inspired, live true to yourself, keep going and keep growing. Love you guys.